At this moment, 99% of people would start sweating and panic. But thanks to this app, all you have to do is clap, and your phone will ring to end your misery.
Hey, fuck me.
Download it now while it's still free. At this moment, 99% of people would start sweating and panic. But thanks to this app, all you have to do is clap, and your phone will ring to end your misery.
Jew. I love Jewish people. I have nothing against Jews when I say this. But all the Star Wars guns sound like Jew. Like the walkers, I remember it was like Jew. Jew. I was like, that's like Star Wars, bro. As we find that shit. Eyes without a face. God know you and eyes without a face. That's that, what's your nigga name? Billy Idol. Your eyes without a face. Eyes without a face. Like ponytail. That's like mentioning your ponytail. Sorry, I was lost in thoughts. I apologize. To all my adoring fans out there.
Worse in 1866, Martha Mendel wrote 28,000 bee plants. He discovered that different plants had similar traits. It's actually how humans discovered genetics. In 35 years, scientists completely ignored him because he was nothing but a monk. And a Soviet scientist named
I actually got John Stockton on that bitch. No problem at all.
If you disagree, you would be executed.
Rod Strickland.
You had to watch all your crops collapse.
I feel like he's in Missouri or something.
Farmers could use road genetics to grow their food, so the same peas that could have saved millions of people ended up starving them instead, which is pretty insane. If you knew how to end world hunger, you'd probably end up making it worse. In 1866, a monk named Martha Mendel wrote 28,000 bee plants. He discovered that different plants had similar traits. That's actually how humans discovered genetics. In 35 years, scientists completely ignored him because he was nothing but a monk. A Soviet scientist named Trofim Lysenko told their leader that genes didn't exist, and if you disagree, you would be executed or put into a labor camp. You had to watch all your crops collapse and your family starve. It wasn't until Lysenko died where farmers could use road genetics to grow their food, so the same peas that could have saved millions of people ended up starving them instead, which is pretty insane. If you knew. In 1866, a monk named Martha Mendel 28,000 big plants. He discovered that different plants had similar traits. It's actually how humans discovered genetics. In 35 years, scientists completely ignored him because he was nothing but a monk. A Soviet scientist named Trofim Lysenko told their leader that genes didn't exist, and if you disagreed, you would be executed.
I'm sorry, I gotta make some trades. This shit. This shit don't get like. Oh, we passed the trade deadline, huh? Damn. I was gonna help my nigga out.
Which is pretty insane. If you knew how to end world hunger, you'd probably end up making it worse. In 1866, a monk named Gregor Mendel grew 28,000 bee plants. He discovered that different plants had similar traits. That's actually how humans discovered genetics. In 35 years, scientists completely ignored him because he was nothing but a monk. But then a Soviet scientist named Trofim Lysenko told their leader that genes didn't exist, and if you disagreed, you would be executed or put into a labor camp. You had to watch all your crops collapse and your family starve. It wasn't until Lysenko died where farmers could use real genetics to grow their food. So the same peas that could have saved millions of people ended up starving them instead, which is pretty insane. If you knew how to end world hunger, you'd probably end up making it worse. In 1866, a monk named Gregor Mendel grew 28,000 bee plants. He discovered that different plants had similar traits. That's actually how humans discovered genetics. If you
He's the BBG. What is the most exciting thing about Prize Picks? Winning money and getting it instant. George is very, very tired. He's spoken sort of obliquely about a third trilogy, which won't be till like 2011. And as proud as I am to have a job lined up at the turn of the century, I can't really go into it. Mark Hamill confirms that George Lucas, back in 1983, had the idea for the sequel trilogy, and he even reveals how hard it was for him to get a job after Star Wars had ended. And of course, in '77, it became an overnight success. And discovered that people sort of forget really that the films were made for young people. George Lucas wanted to make like the ultimate Saturday matinee. We never thought we'd be reviewed by Time magazine. We just thought we'd be making a real good popcorn movie. I wasn't worried about typecasting or anything else that the journalists would ask me. And then I discovered that it's really true. If I didn't feel serious about my career, I would just take the money and run and retire. Because, George was very generous. He cut us in on the profits, and if we spend it carefully, we probably won't have to work again for a long time. Like you're talking about, there's probably not going to be another Star Wars, and would you do one if there was going to be another one? George is very, very tired. So
must be nice.
3. Yo, what are you doing? If you... One Piece just released their brand new game. To celebrate, they're offering it. My name is Dejan. The name Dejan is an East African name. It means fortress. Growing up, my parents would justify it to me. They'd always tell me, your name will protect you. Bro, the only thing my name protects me from is employment, nigga.
God damn!
My name is Dejan and my brother's name is Alex. Like, what are we doing?
Alex!
Why don't you protect him?
Ah, my nigga is hilarious.
My parents are immigrants, by the way.
I like his haircut.
Talk about my parents
He look
and their marriage.
not Ethiopian. He does look Ethiopian.
My mom got married.
Like his people, yeah, he look Ethiopian as fuck.
And my dad.
Or Egyptian or some shit. One of them niggas mixed with a whole bunch of Arabs.
Yeah, they had an arranged marriage. That nigga arranged it himself. My name is Dejan.
Ain't nothing wrong with being mixed with Arab.
Republican, Democrat, Independent. The world
keeps telling us to pick sides.
Why don't y'all go save the world and start like procreating with different ethnicities?
And seeing people as human beings again.
You know, like if you're a redneck, go find a blue collar girl, have some kids, get divorced, and pay child support,
Reject racism.
and drive around a decent vehicle, but not as nice as the truck Greg got, because Greg never got a bitch pregnant.
Black, brown, white, Republican, Democrat, Independent. The world keeps telling us to pick sides, hate each other, and stay divided.
No construction workers must get paid good, because I know they got alimony like a motherfucker, fuck child support and shit, and they don't never quit doing construction. They must be getting paid good. I've personally never heard of someone who does construction that left construction to do something unrelated to construction if they was getting paid hellas already. Well, that's not true, I guess. It just depends. Okay. A person like me, I've never heard of a person like me working construction and then just leaving that shit unless something bad happens. Who is this, Chris Webber?
Everything to treat each other with dignity and respect. Reject racism. Reject hatred.
How does it? Yeah, what happened to my bald-headed nigga Shaquille? How does it feel?
Each other. Stay divided. But what if the
I
real answer
don't
is love, unity, and seeing people as human beings again? We don't have to agree on everything to treat each other. Respect. Reject racism. Reject hatred.
Somebody injured on that
Choose
squad, I
unity.
think.
Because division destroys. Unity builds. Black, brown, white.
That's why I want to play him.
Democrat, Independent.
I don't got nobody good. He's the Hornets guy.
Hate each other and stay
Hornets ain't got
divided.
nobody good
But
neither
what
though.
if the real answer is love,
East Coast lacking.
unity, and seeing people as human
King
beings
Smith over
again?
here, he's still
We
playing.
don't
What
have
year
to
is it?
agree on
King
everything
Smith wasn't
to
playing
treat
in
each
97,
other
was it?
with dignity and
Harper
respect.
over here and shit.
Reject
Some of the two
racism.
coaches, they might
Reject
be
hatred.
the hit.
Choose unity. Because division destroys. Unity builds.
I don't feel like playing. I'm gonna play
Black,
goddamn
brown, white.
shoot people in the face game. I don't feel like playing this.
The world keeps